be you've heard about a little program called Maya. Maybe you've listened to a podcast called Beyond the Technique. Either way, you've been exposed to the most amazing and resilient human named Kati Whitledge. I am so honored, so privileged to share a screen with this babe, absorb her encouragement for my own self about higher and bigger and better things in this life and in the next. I even teared up in this episode. Okay, so you gotta listen, you gotta watch my breakdown ASAP. So, matter of fact, go subscribe to both of our podcasts and never miss out again. Let's go. Are you a beauty or barber pro looking for that push to do that thing you've always wanted to do, whether it's in or out of the salon, spa, or shop? Are you tired of not feeling good enough, smart enough, skilled enough? Are you tired of not getting a handle on your mental health, boundaries, and insecurities? I'm Krystine Sherwood, the BeautyPro coach, an internationally certified coach, a salon and spa owner, and your personal Jiminy Cricket. I use my own experiences, good and bad, as a salon owner to help you be more self-aware, authentic, and forward-thinking in your approach to life, in and out of the salon. It's time to reach your version of success with the BeautyPro Coach podcast. All right, you guys, I am so excited with my next guest, Miss Kati Whitledge. She is a founder of quite a few companies and brands that you're going to love, but I'll let her tell you about it. So, how you doing, Miss Kati?
Well, I'm really in a great mood because you and I are finding out so many things we have in common. Krystine, I'm very thankful that you asked me to join you. So I'm excited to be here.
I'm so happy. Yes, we were just having a quick chat. We both love Jesus. We're in the beauty industry. We are podcasting. Like the similarities just keep going. So, um, anyway, well, what else? What else can we be like? Oh my gosh, what are you
I wish
doing
I
with?
could say that I had naturally curly hair, but you always want what you don't have, right?
I'm sorry.
Uh, and we're like both in the opposite direction. Like you're in Florida, I'm in
Yeah.
Wisconsin. It doesn't get more north or south. You know what I mean? So,
Are you a
but
dog?
yeah,
Are you a dog lady or a cat lady?
cat. But I could go either way.
You
Are
can go
you a
either
cat?
way. Okay. I'm a beagle. He's sleeping right now, thank God.
Aw.
So, all right. Well, that's good.
Like, I grew up with a dog, but that was the family dog, and when I
Okay,
had,
got
my
you.
own responsibilities, I had a cat because then I could leave and know that they were okay, and they could
Yeah.
without me
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
potentially
That's
being
always my
irresponsible.
thing. That's always my thing. That's I stress about. But anyway, so tell everybody about all of your things. Like let's just like dive into it. Like I have other questions for you too, but
There's so much, I know.
to go.
So, yeah, well, I started out like many people as a hairstylist, and there's a whole story behind that journey because I was the prodigal child of the family,
Love it. Oh, I
okay?
love that
But
juicy.
it's always God chasing after us, never the other way around. So
Yep.
thankfully, I was given a chance. I've been given more than one second chance in life in different seasons, but
Mm-hmm.
that was where the beauty industry just the door was open and I stepped through it. And I really do love this industry because it had accepted me in every place of my life. I didn't have to
Mm.
be any which way to like, I didn't have to feel like the most beautiful version of myself to be in it because it's about serving others and helping them feel incredible. So,
Oh,
yeah, it's been cool. And so I started out as a hairstylist, and then one of the businesses I started was Be Inspired Salon. So in 2010, I started my first salon. It's a commission-based salon in Madison, Wisconsin. And to date, we have over, I don't know, around 25 team members in two locations. So it's really
I
been
love
very, very, we're coming up on celebrating 15 years in business.
how beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh
So,
my gosh. Okay. Oh,
um, part of opening that salon, and I was a total failure. Like I failed high school and I was so naughty and the wild child that I had to get my HSED through a technical college. And so I didn't even have a high school graduation. Literally graduating cosmetology school was the first graduation party my family threw for me. It was the first time I got to walk across the stage and accept something. I graduated with honors. Like that felt really cool. And I want every human in this industry to feel like this sense of pride about we have something that we should be excited about. This isn't
Mhm.
a backup plan. This can be, you know, there's people I see who are working 40 plus hours a week who do not earn the living that some of my stylists earn working 4 days a week. I have young Gen Z stylists building their first home that they are buying and owning is the one they are building from scratch. I mean, who does that in today's market?
Wow.
It's just so cool. So I've always just decided like this is where I'm meant to be planted around
Mhm.
these humans and like I can meet people where they're at because I feel like I've kind of tampered in every type of situation to know
Mhm.
be able to relate with others.
Mhm.
So being a salon owner is interesting because I had pride can come in two forms. You can be proud of like, I'm proud of my child. Of course, like a parent has like their pride in their business, their child. And then you can be prideful, which is leading to the fall, right? So I had
Yes.
pride about certain things like new clients weren't coming back for a second visit. We had terrible new client retention rates. And it was very painful to me because I had pride and like, why wouldn't they love coming here? We do it better than the people down the road. I know that we're the best at giving this exceptional experience because we're doing all these extra things that other places don't do for you and we're not charging you more for that. So in
Mhm.
my head, love, 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 add value, add value, add value, and they'll keep coming back. But then I started studying more and more about psychology and why people buy the way they do. So it's called behavioral economics. And I learned
Yeah.
this term called confirmation bias. And what it means is customers are going to have this unspoken bias about people for various reasons. It can be based on looks, first impressions, it can be based on your title. So for our salon, when a new client is calling or trying to get in, who's available? Usually the people who have less experience, right? Like
Yeah.
newer people. And automatically you're setting everybody up not for success, but for potential like, oh, is this going to be awkward? Like the customer is, this is a fact, by the way. They're
Mhm.
more scared to see a new hairstylist than seeing a dentist. And their fears are wrapped or yes, it's true. And they're and think about this. It's just you because you have that curly hair, right? So it's like,
Oh, yeah.
do you by the let me tell you this just quick. I never knew anything about you know what I used to do with cutting curly hair? I used to use a
No,
razor. You would die. I used a razor. You would die.
did it.
And then I'd be like, oh, this is just like you're like a Victoria's Secret model. This is just wild hair.
Oh my
And
god.
it was like destroying the curl pattern. It wasn't until we were
Yeah.
exposed to a methodology. I'm sure
Yeah.
you know the waterfall haircut, cutting dry, and we were like, we need this. This is like mind blowing. This makes so much sense. So I was not actually great behind the chair technically. I was great at building a clientele because I was great at people.
Yeah.
And so when we had this disconnect with new visitors, I was like, gosh, if I could just get on every single phone call, I'd be able to tell who that person is deep down and know who they should be with here at the salon. But guess what? That's not reasonable. It's
Right.
not reasonable for the owner to be on every call. It's not reasonable for your front desk team to understand the profiling of people based on psychology.
Yep.
So, what to do? And
Right.
this is where I worked with a business coach and I said, man, if I could just create like a way to match people up, like a eHarmony for hair salons, this could be incredible. And I could use this for our own issues.
Yeah, yeah.
So I did that. And it was like, okay, now that we have this matchmaker, where do we put it? And I was like, okay, and studying marketing, which I love because marketing is communicating, it's
Mhm.
talking to people.
Mhm. Yep.
And so I'm like, well, whether they hear about us from a friend or they see us in an event or they hear about us on the radio or social media or online, they Google search, whatever, they're still going to go to our website to book because they got to find out our online booking link or they got to find out what our phone number is to
Mhm.
text us, whatever. I
Mhm.
knew they were going to land on our website and we have traffic coming there. So every owner listening, if you go to your Google Analytics, you should know this, like how much website traffic you have coming to your website every single month. That is a key metric to know because how many of those visitors are staying to do business with you are bouncing off your site to go check out the other cool salons that came up in their search. And
Mm.
so I wanted something there to be sticky and exciting. And what's more exciting than saying, hey, click here to see who your salon soulmate is. If you want to know who the best fit is for your hair type and your personality, take our short matchmaking survey. And that was the birth of Mya. So Mya is a
Wow.
recruitment software. It's a whole software, but the little very golden nugget that's in it, that secret sauce, is our proprietary matchmaker. So
I
Krystine,
love it. I
it was
love
so
it.
cool for us that I was like, this is the big dream. The big dream is to get this in the hands of every owner possible in the US. And that's where that launched. Beyond the technique, which
Uh-huh.
that's the podcast. So back in 2016, there wasn't, I found one, I don't remember if it was New Zealand or somewhere, there wasn't a USA business marketing salon owner podcast. And so I started it in 2016 before it was cool to have one. And so put in the reps, right? We're about
Yes.
to launch 600 episodes. I'm sure by the time our conversation launches, it'll be over 600 episodes.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
wild. And so that's been a labor of love, a great outlet for me to learn from incredible people in our industry. And
Mhm.
it's been a vehicle to drive the word about Mya so that more owners can learn about it. So that there's the long story, not short.
I love the long versions though. That is so cool. Well, another one of our guests actually, Christina Kirky, she when we interviewed her, she's like, "Oh my God, no, we use Maya." Like you'll hear it on the on the episode, and I'm like, "Okay, okay, like
That's
I got to
the
look this up."
girl. Yeah,
Yes.
she is. That's
I
so
love
cool.
her. I love
Yeah.
her. So yeah, so okay, so we have this Maya. So how does it work exactly? Because I know you say like it's personality and like a skill set thing, but like how true is it? Like how does you know what I mean? Like and then how do clients even use it? Because I'm in a seasonal area and the clients are kind of like, eh. So how does that really work?
Well, do you want it from the perspective of the consumer?
Yes. I want all the perspectives. So
We'll start. We'll start with.
give me the
We'll start
consumer.
with the customer.
Yeah.
So, because this is the big disconnect oftentimes for salon owners. Well, let me
Mhm.
just compare it to this contextually because imagine that you are training a new hire that's
Yeah.
fresh out of school. You forget that they don't even realize how to hold a comb or position their scissors in their hands a certain way. Like,
Mhm.
because we've been in it for so long.
Right.
The same holds true for salon owners is they forget to put themselves in the customer's shoes
Hmm.
because they've been on this side of the fence for so long.
Yep.
So I like to start with a customer point of view because everything that drives our marketing software is to help the consumer find their perfect pro in this
Yeah.
industry. And we equip the salon to have the advantage of this because the
Hmm.
salons already have the website,
Hmm.
but the traffic is coming. So you here, and by the way, there's over like 2 million searches per month in the US for consumers trying to find somebody in the beauty industry, whether it's nails, hair, massage, like they're trying. So this is a big deal.
Wow.
This is a
Okay.
really big deal that this many people per month in the US are actually looking for people to work with that do beauty, wellness, all the things, health,
Hmm.
wellness, beauty.
Hmm.
So how do we help them? Well, we got to understand what they're looking for.
Hmm.
And if we do the traditional path, which is like, I'm basically looking for a haircut, who's closest to me and how much is it going to cost and when can I get in?
Right.
But all of those markers, even though they matter, they shouldn't be taken out of the story. They aren't what keeps people in your chair for the long haul. What do you think does? Like if I
M-
were to say to you, like,
For
yeah,
me personally, I would feel it would be personality and then their knowledge and how they communicate those two things to me. So personality, professionalism, communication. What is it?
oh, all three of those benchmarks or those markers that you just brought up are part of it.
Okay, perfect.
Because I would agree with you. I mean, we
Yeah.
put personality, values, lifestyle, we put
Mhm.
love languages into this,
Mhm.
which I know you know. Because
Whoa.
yeah, at the end of the day, it is about this human to human connection.
Mhm.
And so without this, we're going down the traditional path of who's, and even like imagine you have a front desk team member calling or taking a phone call of somebody like, "Oh, I'm looking for somebody who does awesome with blondes."
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to have, I talked about confirmation bias of the consumer, but we have confirmation bias of our team members. So that front desk
Mm.
girl or guy or what, you're right, whatever,
Mhm.
they are going to be like, "Oh, here's who I recommend," because it's their favorite people.
Right.
And they're
Right.
gonna look to find a spot. "Oh, we know these people do blonde. Hey, here's who can get you in soonest," but that doesn't guarantee retention.
Mhm.
So number 1, we gotta fix this retention issue because you would think after this many years in our industry that we would fix this problem, but the national average rate of new client retention is still 32%, which means over
Oh.
65%. Let me just say this again. Over 65% of your clients that come in for the first time are not coming back a second time.
Oh,
That's
my
painful.
heart. Oh, my heart. I got chills and everything. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
To quantify this, the pain to quantify the pain of this is most salons spend, and this is very, very underspent in my opinion. They spend
Yeah.
about 3% of their total revenue on marketing.
Yeah.
If we compare that to most corporate world, they spend 7 to 8%. So we're spending about 3% of our revenue on marketing.
Mhm.
So which means that, and but I'm not going to hate on owners for that because our
No.
average profit margin across the board is 3%. So you got a tight budget situation, you gotta figure it out, right? And so
Mhm.
if you
Mhm.
are putting money out there for marketing, it should be bringing you money back, and that is the biggest disconnect ever. No other, and I'm very excited to share this, no other marketing company, and by the way, we don't build your websites, like, we are gonna do the one thing we do better than anybody else, okay?
Mhm. Mhm.
Which is to convert website traffic into clients that will stay forever with you, okay?
Mhm.
So if you think about spending $1 on marketing, you should be getting $5 back.
Mm.
This is a basic formula that nobody's teaching owners. I never knew that.
Right.
Like nobody went to beauty school and learned some of the things that are going to help you be successful as a business owner. And you don't have the business acumen usually if you didn't do a traditional 4-year path, which I did not do.
Right.
And so I've had to learn like over time where should my expectations be and how do I feel good about it? We're the only company that will actually guarantee and promise you if you allow us to do your setup, which we actually force you to do anyway. We set it all up. We get every because we want it done well.
Yeah.
And you know what? If you do what we tell you to do, there's 3 simple things you do. This is going to give you the biggest return on your investment of any of your marketing dollars, and we actually guarantee it. You will get that 5% return on your marketing.
Okay.
So, like Christina, like the
Mhm.
salon owners that we work with, our partners throughout North America, they love working with Maya, and it's not me, it's not like I'm the best thing, it's our team.
Mm.
What I kinda think of Dave Ramsey for this. I remember hearing Dave Ramsey's story, and if anybody's listening and they don't know who that is, he's a financial piece, like, getting you to a financial place of just managing your money really well, right?
Mhm.
So, back when he was first starting, when he was nobody, he got this opportunity to be on the radio, and I remember him, like, not having street cred, and he goes, "Well, the one thing we're gonna do better than all these big, big brands out there and radio shows is we're gonna outperform them on customer service. We're gonna show up, we're gonna do this, we're gonna reply. If we get an email, you're gonna hear from us today. There's not gonna be." And I felt the same. I said, "We are going to provide the best relationship management of any software company, even though we don't even have direct competitors." Like if you used Forest Salon software, for example,
Mhm.
we love them. We partner with them. We integrate with them.
Mm.
So anybody that takes your matchmaking survey and go through our software are actually going to be pushed into that point of sale for you. They're going to be put into your booking software
Mhm.
automatically. It's very, very cool. But I wanted to provide the best service of anybody. So we have a team, and if you talk to Christina or any other owner, what do you love about working with Maya? I mean, 9 times out of 10, they'll say, "I love Hannah, I love Danielle, I love like they're all about their people who support them and make sure that they're successful."
That is so Beautiful. That is totally applying what we do in the salon, and you're applying it in a different, like in a tech setting. Like that is the best. Like I actually have a question that I ask everybody. Like, what's the lesson that you wish everybody would learn that you have learned working in this industry? And you're already doing it. Like you kind of just like answered it before I could ask, but here I am. I'm asking. So what can you add to it?
I think this is a great quote. Nothing is ever as good as it seems. It's never as bad as it seems either.
Mm.
This is going to go, so this could go deep because we tend to be in a comparison mode because of social media.
Mm-hmm.
You're either on the side where you see things and you're immediately judging and like, oh, that can't be true. This is, whatever. And going on the negative mindset route, which because we struggle sometimes with scarcity mindset, we struggle with needing to validate ourselves and where we're at currently, because there's a gap between where we are and where we hoped we'd be. So we're looking for the bad in everybody and everything. So that can be really debilitating.
Mm.
On the flip side, you could see something and be overly sold. Nothing is as good as it seems. You're going to enter into you're going to invest money in something. You're going to try new things. You're going to believe in an educator or education. And I always, I guess, no longer surprised when I finally meet that guru or I finally attend this event or I finally do something and I'm like, oh, that didn't blow my mind or exceed my expectations. So really finding that middle ground of contentment
Mm.
where nothing is as good as it seems, but it's not as bad as it seems either.
Right.
And being content. And really, for me, I write down, like, I'm going to just trust the Lord with the outcomes in all areas of my life. Because are we actually in control? The answer is no. We like to believe we are, but we're not. And
Mm-hmm.
we're going to just show up and do our best. We're going to really try to make a difference.
Yeah.
And if you can work personally to provide incredible service to others, no matter where you're at in this industry, what you do, you will be propelled. It will happen. But you have to go through a season of planting seeds,
Mm-hmm.
checking yourself and ego at the door, and just being content with, like, in all things, I have what I need right now. I'm never without. We live in a world of abundance, and I'm just going to trust this journey and this course that I'm on. So I hope that adds a little something to
That
what.
was perfect. Like, yes, we are talking for our audience, but at the same time, I needed to hear everything that you just said. So I am taking it in for me. So thank you very much for that. So you mentioned, so this is like all the things that we're doing now, right? That has everything that is in our past has brought us to this moment, and we're here talking about all these accomplishments. But now let's kind of go backwards a little bit. Like what you mentioned, you were a little bit of a prodigal child. So what was going on? What is your story? What is your the big failure that kind of changed it all for you?
I mean, I don't know how deep you want to get on this
Let's go,
one, but
girl. Let's go. I got my rubber boots on. Let's go.
we have a real enemy
Mm-hmm.
who's out to distract us and destroy us.
Yep.
And um, I think from a very young age, Satan wanted me to, it's like he kind of knows,
Mm-hmm.
this girl could be somebody who helps build the kingdom. Let's make sure
Right.
we're down and as small and low as possible. So from a very young age, I was told by one of the people I love the most. And, it's funny how he'll use just the things
Mm-hmm.
that you
Mm-hmm.
care the most about or that you would believe the most.
Yep.
But he tried to do that with Jesus too.
Mm-hmm.
He
Mm-hmm.
tried to use the word, scripture against Jesus and
That's
all,
right.
all things, right? So my grandma, whom I love the most, I looked up to her the most. She actually used to do nails at the Beverly Wilshire. She was classy. She was like a Marilyn Monroe style woman from that
Oh.
era. She smoked Pall Mall unfiltered cigarettes, but you never know it because she always smelled great. She looked great. She kind
Uh-huh.
of hid it. It was her own little secret thing.
Yeah.
And I just looked up to her fiercely. Like she was just everything. And she told me when I was getting chubby, and by the way, her love language was giving me gifts. Like,
Oh,
you know,
okay.
how that's the, but one of the gifts wasn't just like, oh, buying my school clothes for the year, or
It
it
was
was
food.
showed up in food all the time.
Yes,
Treats,
me too.
candy, what all the time. So I
Yep.
started, you saw a picture of me from age 4 to age 5 when I started getting babysat by grandma and grandpa. I all of a sudden blew up and I was obese as a little kid. Thankfully, I was in sports.
Okay.
But if I hadn't been so active, I think it would have been even worse than it was. And it got bad. So let me just share. She said, "You're just big boned like your dad."
Oh my
Oh,
God. That is same. Okay. Yep. I hate
yeah.
that big
So
bone thing.
I lived out that self prophecy, right? Like I became like, well, if I am big bone, this is what big bone girls do. And so I just ate a lot. I hid it. I started to be ashamed of it. Um, and I struggled. I was a size 13 in 6th grade, and I always had a good mouth on me, Krystine, where if somebody made fun of me, I could like rip their life apart using
Oof.
words,
Mhm.
so that was
Yep.
always a defense mechanism. But deep down, it like tore me up. I felt like I'd never be chosen by boys. I thought I'd never be as pretty or cool as the cool girls. I could never shop. And this is back before there were options like Torrid and Lane Bryant. Back then, I had to shop on the men's side of Gap. Like, no,
Girl,
like,
baby.
I know no middle school girl wants to have to do that, right?
Mm-mm.
So, the good news is there's a glow up coming. Don't worry, folks. But because I really hated myself,
Mhm.
I started hating people around me, like the cute, cool kids that I hung out with because I was in sports. I was preppy-ish and I wanted to be around them. But they were jerks to people. They were very judgmental. And I didn't like that. I hung out with every crowd and
Mhm.
I happened to get along the best with the party kids because they thought I was so fun and funny. And so I started tapping into smoking weed. And this was
Mhm.
like, 90s into 2000s.
Mhm.
And everything progressed. It became a gateway. I ate more food because I had the munchies like no other. I started drinking. I started tapping into harder drugs. I eventually, being the pastor's kid in a small town, I got caught every time it felt like. So I had 5 underage drinking tickets growing up,
Oh,
which is like you
girl.
have to try to get caught at that point.
Yeah, yep.
But then it was like the minute I turned 18, I wanted to move to the big city of Madison, Wisconsin, because it's not a big city. It's like a population of like 350,000 people. But to me, it was. And when I moved, I realized your problems are going to follow you anywhere. Okay. You cannot
Mhm.
outrun or you have to. So, what I was doing once I moved here was way worse. I got into way worse stuff. I mean, I became disgusting. I was like a middleman for one of my druggy friends, where I didn't even make money for it. I just got my drugs for free if I would help him out. And then
Mhm.
all the things that came with it, not honoring the body God gave me,
Mhm.
not just with food, but with my choices and lifestyle with guys, like all that. And
Mhm.
so I just thank God that he protected me from things I don't even realize he protected
Yes.
me from.
Yeah.
And it literally was, there were many moments I woke up, like I thought there were nights that my heart was gonna be so slow that I wouldn't wake up, or there were nights where it was so fast I thought I was gonna have a heart attack and die. Like there were so many moments that should have been my rock bottom, but they weren't. And
Mhm.
everything is in his timing.
Yeah.
So there was a day, it was just like all of a sudden I woke up and it was literally, I'm not kidding you, like the scales fell off my eyes and I just saw it so clearly. Holy crap, this is not who I was made to be.
Mhm.
And I quit everything cold turkey. I found
Wow.
I found somebody to sublease my place and I moved out on my own. I cut off all communications with all people. I mean, this is so embarrassing, Krystine. People don't know this. Like, I was on food stamps. I was like working the system. I was making $6 an hour at a fashion bug clothing store. I don't even know if anybody knows what those are, but it was not
Mm-mm.
cool.
Oh.
And trying to be a server at various restaurants where I was just not even showing up half the time. I mean, I was like a serial service team member
Mhm.
at all these different restaurants because I couldn't hold a job. It was like the lowest of low. And
Yeah.
just one day my eyes were open and that was it. I just moved on, cut off all friendships, communication, everything. This is not who I'm meant to be. So what did I do? I started going to church. I bought a Bible and I started working at a gym because I wanted to go back to my athletic roots of getting my life back on track. Now, my sister says to me, "You're like grandma. I think you should get into the beauty industry because you could always look at somebody and say, this would look great for you for your makeup or your hair." Like I had a vision for people of what could be great. I just didn't
Yeah.
want to give that to them.
Mhm.
So I applied to the technical college for their cosmetology program and I was put on a wait list. So the very first thing I did before cosmetology school was their group health club technician program at the school, which basically means I got certified to be a group fitness instructor. And I'll never forget this. The day I showed up to teach through a park and rec program was a Pilates mat, like a mat Pilates class.
Aw.
And I was probably still at the time 225 pounds. I was the largest person there. And I had all these women in the community show up. Guess what? They loved me, accepted me, and saw me for more than just my outer shell. And it was humbling. It was not this superficial thing that you think the beauty industry is or health and wellness. It was like real care from real people. And slowly God worked in my heart, changed my life. I eventually went to beauty school. And because I had wasted so many years on stupid crap, it was like freaking go time. And I devoted myself to just getting to a whole different place in life. And I didn't want to put caps on it. Whatever I didn't know, I want to figure it out. I want to learn.
Yeah.
And ever since I've been like a sponge, even starting a tech company and being where I am now, I still don't think I know it all. I still feel very far away from my potential. And this is the fun of it all. And this is the fun of this industry because you can go anywhere in this industry. There are no restrictions. And I'm just here for it. Like, really, I feel like I could live another decade in my 30s. I'm not anymore, but I feel, I mean, there's other trials within that. Meeting my husband, putting on 80 pounds with my child and hiding behind the belly button, re-entering food addiction and struggling, yo-yoing. Like I never actually have gotten to this level of fitness and health in any, like this is only the last 3 years that I have committed to. I gave up sugar. I gave up alcohol. Because when I said I quit everything cold turkey, it was all the drugs. But I was like, oh, alcohol. When you're in Wisconsin, cheese and beer, that just goes hand in hand. And it was like, oh, drinking's not really drugs. But I finally gave up drinking altogether in 2022. I turned 40. When I had our daughter, I was like, the scale tipped at a number I never saw. I thought I'd see in my whole life. And that was it. So I'm very thankful for, again, another second chance in this new season of life. That's where I'm at right now. And I'm just on a mission to help also women, specifically women, because I feel like there's such harsher judgment, especially from other women, to really step into your own greatness. You're all made uniquely by the unique creator. He's a creator. And the creator created you. You are his idea. You are unique. Nobody's been like you. Nobody will be like you. So own it, love it, live it. I've never been this girly before, but also this like jockey. And I love it. I am who I am. And I'm like owning it for the first time ever. And I want every woman, no matter where they're at in life, to feel this awesome, especially young girls in their teens, preteens, all that. Like, so this is like going a little deeper.
I love this. I love this. This is what the podcast is about. And I love how fitness has played such a huge role for you, because maybe in the last 3 years myself, like all of a sudden I'm doing like CrossFit and climbing ropes and flipping tires, and I'm like, who is this person? Like, I was a chubby theater girl nerd with the same things. My grandma would be like, here, have it, like 3 cheeseburgers from McDonald's, it's a snack like this, you know what I mean? So I totally get that. And I love it that we just wake up one day and we're like, no, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with all of the garbage because that's what it is. It's just garbage, distraction. And then now you're here, you're married with a baby, with two brands that are amazing, and you're like, "No, I think I can go more. I think I can go farther." And that's so beautiful to me.
Well,
You
it's
know?
beautiful to me to hear yours as well, because ladies,
Good.
CrossFit people are nuts, and I love you. I
Thanks.
wish I could have the balls jump on real boxes, but I don't. I jump up to the soft ones because I don't want to mess up these shins. So I have mad respect for you.
Like I'm always in pain. I've just like made amends with it. Like, oh, I'm hurting. It's great. But anyway, so okay, so what's a struggle you're going through like today, like right now?
Oh, where do I start?
Oh, that's great.
I think
That's
that
great.
I think all of us can relate to lack of faith, and just
Mhm.
that fear is so paralyzing.
Yeah.
Um, we're told kind of in the Bible, like different stories of people, oh, ye've little faith, or like,
Yeah.
where's your faith at? I think that
Hmm.
we don't realize that we have a very big God at
Yeah.
hand, and that it's not us anyway.
Oof.
So why are you putting parameters on what he's going to be capable of doing in your life?
Hmm.
And that fear is the thing that holds us back. And what can overcome that? Because we're told in the Bible 306, this is ironic, right?
Yeah.
365 times throughout the Bible, to
Yes.
not fear,
Look at
right?
me. I'm tearing up. This is
It's
so
all
true.
good, girl.
Hmm.
Like, I'm with you. And that's one for every day to remind us that you just have to have courage to step out. And it's not going to be perfect. It's funny how every little achievement has come with something wild that I didn't expect,
Yeah.
that wasn't perfect, but ended up being like, well, but the Lord propelled it.
Hmm.
Like, I got my first keynote when I was so I have two kids actually. And after I had our first child, I got this first keynote thing, and I was not cute yet. Like, and not that I wasn't cute, but I didn't feel very confident. I'm
Yeah.
like, of course, here I go, huge on stage. But the Lord moved hearts and motivated people to kind of buy into what I had going on. And it didn't matter. I always had this sense of like, unless I look a certain way or have this on my credentials or whatever, then people will actually believe in me. And that
Mm.
believing in me is going to tie to buying from me. And that's not the way the Lord works, thankfully.
Mm.
Um,
Was this a TED talk or was this like a hair show or what was this?
this was a conference. This was like a business salon conference on the East
Okay.
Coast. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And very big deal. People were there. Win Claybaugh, of course, was one of the speakers. So I was up there as one of the next to him. So it was a very big
Cool.
deal and
Yeah.
very cool opportunity. Since then, I've had, multiple keynotes. I was speaking in Ireland, the beginning of the year with For Salon Software. I was the opener keynote for Data Driven through Salon Today. So like, he's going to open doors in the timing that's right. And it's not going to look the way you think, because perfection isn't real. So you need to let go of needing to be this
Mm.
perfect thing before anything good could happen for you, and
Hmm.
just have the courage to step out and try, because the
Yes.
inaction is keeping you down, paralyzed. And that's what the devil wants. That's what your enemy wants, is to keep you low key, because God forbid more people are like, gosh, because you got to remember, when you believe in the Lord Jesus, like, you are a light. When you walk into the room, you're the light. And
Yeah.
that light will shine that nobody can prevent. And so
Mhm.
you have to just have the courage to step out and step into whatever it is, and don't feel like you have to be perfect. Now, you do want to prepare yourself. Preparation meets opportunity, but you don't have to be perfect. You got to let that go.
Right. Yes. Yes. Oh man. Oh man. Okay, so what is an important trait or strength that every beauty and barber pro need to have in this industry?
I think the willingness to learn,
Mm-hmm.
because when you look at colleagues in your past, or maybe even right now,
Mm-hmm.
that are not growing, they're doing the same work they did 20 years ago. Eventually, it's just nature, attrition, natural attrition, it's a dying breed. If you're not willing to always be learning and changing with time and opening yourself up. I kind of joked the other day, even I love music as well. And I actually help once per month with worship at our church. And the lead worship pastor gave me this app to download.
Mhm.
Already I'm annoyed. I'm lifting up my phone. We all use it, which is portrait mode. And when I open the app that he made me download, it opens up to, I have to use my phone like this. And I'm like, what? And it's like the sideways, right?
Oh,
Who wants to
yes.
use? And it's a learning curve. And he's like, this is where you can adjust the audios and decide to cut. So if you only want to do one chorus and so here I am. And I said to him this, I said, I don't want to have a boomer attitude or a boomer mindset about this. Not to hate on my boomers, because I came from my
Yeah.
mom's a boomer, right? But I'm like,
Right, right.
this is one of those moments where I'm being tested. Am I willing to learn a new thing right now? That's painful for me,
Right.
but I am.
Right.
And we need to, because if you have kids right now, especially, they are going to be exposed to things you better know and be aware of. If you don't know more than
Mhm.
they do, this is an issue. So I'm like,
Yeah.
nope, I'm going to learn. I'm going to figure it out. Put myself in the stretch zone. I think that's a big thing too, because naturally we're not in a growth mindset. Like if
Mm,
we're not good at this, the minute we try it the first time, we give up. Oh, it's not for me.
mhm.
But that's not the way things work. If you have a
Mm-mm.
real growth mindset, you're going to be willing to learn, put in the reps, try, try, try. And it's not going to happen for you in 3 months. It may take 3 years. Like the journey I've been on, it's now over 3 years. Yeah.
Yes, I love that you say that because I know for me, I'm always like, no, 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 everything takes time. We're gonna do it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be fine. And then we get into those moments where it's like, damn it, I just want it now. Like I just want it now. And we know that's the roller coaster that we go on. And then we teach that to our staff and we tell them, okay, we gotta trust the process. It's gonna be okay. And they're like losing their minds. And it's like, okay, so yeah, so what would you say with that? Kind of just let it happen, right? Just let it happen, let it go, let it be free. We're here.
Well, that's the faith side of it from earlier
Yeah.
is your faith big enough? Like trust the journey, faith
Yeah.
and trust the journey, have faith that this,
Mhm.
I mean, recently we had a podcast guest on the Beyond the Technique platform who thinks that there's a real threat to beauty industry pros. Like they're just exiting before 5 years of sticking it out
Oh
because
yeah.
we are living in a world of instant gratification. I mean,
Mhm.
Prime Days, you get something tomorrow. Like this will be overnighted to you. You'll have it at your doorstep or even the same day. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So that is now this new disconnect of expectations in what it should look like to grow, grow, grow in this path. And then people are just pivoting left and right. And here's the real threat to individuals when they do that is they lose their identity. They lose their hope of who am I? What am I meant to do? What's my purpose in life? And it's because they're unwilling to like let themselves be planted somewhere
Oh,
and grow. Yeah.
yes. Yes, for sure. Okay, so now what's kind of covered a lot and I'm really
Yeah.
excited about it. So what do you have going on right now for our listeners to kind of get involved with, get in contact with you? Like what's going on for them in your world?
Well, one really cool resource, if you don't mind me plugging,
Yes,
is
plug.
I launched my first published book. I've written a few books. They're all e-versions, but this was the first real published book. I'm holding it up right now if you're watching.
I love
It's
it.
called From First Date to Forever, An Owner's Guide to Marketing Like a Matchmaker. So, okay, here's what I want you to know. This
Okay.
is not fluffy stuff. This is all real application for any salon owner with your marketing team. I give you actual visuals of real email campaigns, other campaigns, the neuromarketing kind of um, just storyline behind why marketing is everything. You can, if people were to DM me, I have this challenge at my salon right now. I would tell you how marketing would solve that challenge. I promise you it solves 90+% of your issues. Um, what this book is about is comparing marketing to the parallels of having a desire for love because we're deeply, like innately have this desire to be loved and how we look for that special someone and we go through the dating process and then we find that someone, but what makes it real where we like commit and we're in it for the long haul, that exactly parallels the customer journey buying process of how they have a longing, whether they know it or not, for the thing that
Mhm.
you do, and
Mhm.
how you two come together and that becomes this long lasting relationship. So it's a really great way, an easy way to understand marketing, and it has tons of things in it. So this is my number one resource for owners this year, and it's just been flying off. So you can get it on Amazon. You can also get it through our website, and when you do it through the website, I personally sign and send out the copies for everybody.
I love that. I love that you wrote a book because I have one in the works too. Another thing.
As you should. You are
I love
creative,
that.
and yes.
Yes. Yeah, and that's another thing, being creatives. The world is endless for creatives, I feel. We have a much better hold of the world, I think. So, with that, what is one question that I did not ask you that you wish I would have, and what would be your answer?
Oh my, well, the marketer in me is like, Katie, how can salon owners join Maya? And I'd say go to joinmya.com. It's JoinMya.com. And you can check it out and be a partner with us. We'd love to work with you and help you grow your clientele, your retention, your average ticket, all the things, and really support your team, because every answer that the client puts in about themselves, including what challenges they're facing with their hair, their photo uploads, isn't it nice to have and equip you for your consultation when they come in to see you? You don't, now owners, chill out, because we're not giving the pros the contact information. Okay. You have that, but not the pro, but the pro at least needs to be equipped with all that.
Yeah.
And we want to support everybody in every part of the story in that journey. So we would love to have that opportunity with everybody listening. Other than that, just connecting with me through social media, because I used to play small, and I even took a social media sabbatical for 3 years, Krystine, 3 years
How did
around
you
COVID. I was like
do
that.
that?
Fear, total fear-based.
Yeah.
Also shame. I mean, I had put on 80 pounds with our son, and I put on another 6, and then put on 40 some pounds during COVID with stress, and didn't lose all that, put on another 65 pounds with my daughter. When I tell you it was, to put it in context, this is going to sound wild, but I weigh less now than the amount of weight I've lost.
Wow.
That's wild. So I laid low. I was very scared to put myself out there. And now I'm showing up as the wild and free woman I was made to be, like, right? Like we all are.
Yes.
And so
Yes.
connecting there, I'm pretty active now. I'm just trying to have fun. And by the way, I'm gonna leave you with that, because this should be fun. If it's not fun, what's
Yes.
the point? Like, let's have fun. Every day is a gift of life, and let's enjoy it.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, there is so much in this episode. I'm so happy to chat with you. For you guys listening or you're watching this episode on the YouTube channel, make sure to check out the show notes. We're going to have all the links to all the things, especially that book. So Katie, thank you so much for being on the BeautyPro podcast.
Thank you for having me, Krystine.
Isn't she amazing? Babes, Katie Whitledge is kicking ass. She's so inspiring to me. I love her program, Maya, and her podcast and her brain. You know, go sign up, get more Katie Whitledge. Her links are in the bio, the show notes of this particular episode. Rate this episode, give us feedback, like do all the things. Go, I set you free into this world, and I will chat you next time. If you loved this episode, subscribe to the BeautyPro podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts so you never miss an episode. Don't forget to leave your reviews, stars, feedback so I can continue bringing the content you deserve and want most. Your feedback fuels this podcast. The more you give, the more you get back. You can follow me at The Beauty Pro Coach on Instagram and Facebook. Want to contact me directly? Email me at befree@goldentruthcoaching.com.